Hello and welcome back to This Ain't My Life. Today, I'd like to talk to you about going at it alone. Now, first, before we get into the topic and before we get really ingratiated in, what we have to discuss today, I'm really hoping that everyone is doing well. And of course, I appreciate all of your support and everyone just coming here to get what they feel is necessary or what they feel is going to help them on their path and their journey. That's what this channel is for. And I've been putting in, a lot of work to make sure that I'm reaching you all and giving you as much as I can, concerning how to live your best life, fulfill your destiny, and really just live a life of fulfillment. So if you are really gaining any value from this channel, I need you to click the like button. I need you to subscribe, and I really need you to share and get into the comment section. Let's have some discussions and let's talk so that we can help not only the algorithm, but we can help people who really need help with, what is happening in their life and just being able to understand and navigate all of the complexities that we go through in the day-to-day life. So with that being said, let's move on and let's talk about how we can go at whatever it is that we want to get out of life. We need to go at it alone. We don't need to wait for anyone. We don't need to wait for processes. We don't need to wait on anything. We just need to go at it alone. When you decide or you have this decision that you want to go at it alone, the first thing you need to do is you need to move towards whatever your purpose is. That's not the easiest thing to do, and that's why I'm here to coach you and I'm here to help you to get to that point in your life, to really understand what your purpose is. And when you're able to understand what your purpose is, then you can start to move towards it. And now is that time. Now is the time for you to move towards your purpose. Now is not the time for you to wait. Now is not the time for you to contemplate or just, remain in this state of seclusion where you have no drive, you have no ambition, you have no fire to move you towards what it is that you are supposed to be doing. So now is that time. And I want you to understand that when you're moving and you're understanding how important now is, you will begin to alleviate and eliminate any and everything that comes from outside sources, right? Outside influences will no longer be something that you subscribe to. You don't need to wait for others. That's what I'm saying. You don't need to wait for someone to give you assistance, someone to help you. You have to go at it and you have to just create this energy. And creating the energy is what propels you and gets you closer to being towards your destiny. And in order to do this, right, in order for you to not wait on others, in order for you to know what time it is and move towards what it is that you're supposed to be doing as your purpose, you have to know who you are. You have to know your value. And knowing your value is very complex. It's not an easy thing to understand. Knowing your value is so important because when you know your value, you know where you stand, you know where your principles lie, you know what your moral standing is, you can increase your faith center, and you have now a foundation. And this foundation is what you're going to build on. But you got to know your worth. You have to know who you are. You have to know how valuable you are, not only to yourself, but how valuable you are to your purpose. You being sent here to accomplish something and you not knowing how important it is, you're not going to take the energy necessary to complete what it is that you're supposed to complete. So you got to know your worth. Now, I need all of us to understand, why are people not moving towards their purpose? What is it that is hindering people? What is it that is stifling them from moving into their purpose? There is one major factor that's completely stopping people from moving and acting and going at things that they're supposed to be going at. And that one main factor is fear. Fear is the main driver that is stopping people from taking action, from stopping people from going at what it is that they're supposed to be going at. And pretty much it's constricting them, right? From having the desire that they need to take action. So what is it about fear? What is it that people are fearing that is keeping them, away from these milestones that they should be reaching, this completion that they should be having? Well, they fear rejection, right? Everyone fears rejection. Rejection, we fear failure. We fear acceptance. Will people understand what you're doing? Will people subscribe to what you're doing? Will people, will they co-sign what you're doing? Will they even have will they resonate with what you're doing? That right there is a main reason why a lot of people just don't do it. Because, the other fear is support. And if you don't have the support and you don't have people who are understanding you, that means that you're now cast out, right? You're on the outside. And once you're on the outside, you're pretty much alone. You're on your own. And people fear being alone. Being alone is not an easy thing to do. Being alone, not being understood, often being outcast, and being someone who is, secluded from what the norm is, right? That is not an easy thing to deal with. And so fear of all of these things takes people outside of being able to be productive, being able to take action and move the way that they're supposed to move. The other fear that people have is they have an actual fear of succeeding. So I know it's hard to think that, being successful would keep someone from going at but people actually fear succeeding. They fear the pressure. They fear the avalanche of success. And so, they may develop an imposter syndrome. They may develop, these anxieties of just being in a realm or an energy that they don't understand. Because success comes with a lot of responsibility. Success comes with a lot of complexities with it, right? You have to manage, you have to care for other people, you have to be responsible. There's a lot that comes with success. Even your own attitude and how you present yourself has to change when you become successful. You can no longer do and say the things that you were doing before. So success brings about a lot of anxiety. It brings about a lot of fear. And for that, and because of that, people develop, these fears of just being successful. They have this imposter syndrome. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I wasn't the one chosen. Maybe it's not me. When the whole time it is you. You are the one that is supposed to do this. You are the one. But knowing your value, knowing who you are, knowing and understanding what it is that your value is and how you can implement that value, right? Implement the value into the world. That's what's going to make the big difference. So now is the time. Now, right now is the time. And how do you know now is the time? Now is the time because you will be given signs. You will be shown. You won't just hear this message and it'll just be a fleeting message. No, this message will not only resonate with your spirit and your soul, but you will begin to receive signs. You'll begin to receive synchronicities. You'll begin to experience dreams, things that will activate you to take action. You will see things that you didn't see before. And that's how you know that now is the time. If you're seeing synchronicities, if you're seeing and seeing signs, right? And you're having these experiences, then there's something of a higher energy, right? There's a higher calling that is beckoning you and is telling you, let's go. Come on, come on. Now is the time. So when you are within this understanding, then you know that you're compelled to move. And if your fear is going to restrict you and keep you bound so that you're not moving forward, then you're not going to ever produce, nor are you ever going to reach your divine destination. You have a divine destination that you've been put on this planet to reach. You have a destiny that you're supposed to achieve. And in order for you to achieve that destiny, you gotta move a certain way. And the universe will give you assistance. You know, everything that I'm telling you is not gonna be so difficult for you that you can't embark on it and you can't achieve it. It's just having this level of understanding, having this level of willingness and the desire to go out and fulfill what it is that your soul is requiring you to do. Now that might sound a little heavy. It might sound like this is beginning to get a really, really deep and complex, but it's really not as complex as we make it out to be. It's really simple. You feel something, and this feeling begins to activate something inside of you. You connect to it, and then once you connect to it, you act on it. It's that simple. And when you move that way without putting too much critical thinking behind it, you will see that you'll start getting into alignment. You'll see that this is how you'll begin to activate your purpose. So activating your purpose is just about taking action. It's about responding to the cues that you're receiving from the universe. It's about, like, just this video alone is giving you a cue. It's sparking something inside of you. There's no way that I'm talking right now to all of you and no one is receiving anything. It's just a baseless message. I don't believe that. I believe that my voice, the tones that I'm using, the passion that I'm displaying within this message, it will activate something inside of you to move differently than you were just yesterday. This message is coming to you because the message is encouraging you. It's sparking some kind of resonance within you that's already there. It may be dormant, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. So now is that time for you to take action. And when you take action, you're activating your purpose. It's just that simple. And once you activate your purpose, the next thing for you to do while you're acting, right, you're activating your purpose, is now you need to become obsessed about it. Make sure that this is something that you have, subscribed to. You now have said, you know what, I'm making a declaration that this is how I'm going to start moving. And when you start moving, now that you've made that declaration, you stand on that declaration. And that declaration should spark some energy in you. That energy will get you so fired up, so motivated, that you will become obsessed about what it is you're supposed to be doing. That's all you can think about, day in, day out. All of your energy is dedicated towards what it is your purpose is on this planet. And that's how you know you're moving right. You'll start feeling better. All of a sudden, you got all of this energy you didn't know you had. All of a sudden, you're putting forth ideas and innovations into things that you didn't even know you could do. And that right there is how you know you're moving in the right direction. Now, mind you, I know I'm breaking this down into very simplistic steps. There is a lot more involved in this. So if you need coaching, you need someone to help you to understand how to get to this point, and this is something that you really want to do, then you want to contact me. You want to reach me as soon as possible so that we can get you to take action. Because taking action and understanding what your purpose is, that is the true fulfillment of life. This is where life gives you the nectar, right? This is the joy of life. This is where life is at its best. And this is what the universe, this is what God wants for you. God doesn't want you to live a mundane, unfulfilled life. God wants you to live like a king. He wants you to live like a queen. He wants you to live in such bounty. And bounty not meaning just money, but bounty of joy, bounty of happiness, bounty of manifestations, and bounty of just a blissful and cohesive energy with not only people that surround you, but also with the earth itself, right? Being in congruence. So let's continue. Once you have activated your purpose and you're now taking action, you're obsessed about what it is that you want to do, now you have the opportunity to determine your desire, right? Your desire is what's going to feed everything that I talked about. If you don't have the desire, then you're not going to be obsessed. And desire feeds the will. The will is what allows the vision to be established, right? Desire feeds the will establishes the vision. So now you have determined your desire. Your desire is going to be about what it is that you want to fulfill in your life. And so that becomes the new purpose for you. Your purpose will put you into this new area of your life. This new area of life is going to feel good. It's going to feel complete. It's going to feel like you have something to live for now. Outside of everything else in your life, now you have something to live for. And this is going to help you to enter into a zone, right? The zone that you enter into is going to be a zone unto yourself. No one else is going to understand this zone that you're in. And this zone is predicated because it's a unique path. It's a unique path that's uniquely designed for you. You're blazing your own trail. And when blazing your own trail, you are doing something that's so uniquely crafted that only you can understand what it is that you are going through, what you are experiencing. And so when you're in this zone, right, you're able to now find your lane. You're able to find what it is that makes you you. In other words, I'm saying that this will highlight your strengths, right? The things that you're really good at. When you're in your zone, you're obviously operating in your power. So if you're operating in your power, you're operating where your strengths lie. And once you understand your strengths, once you understand what your power is, then you build on that and you just get stronger, you get better. You become a specialist at what it is that you do. The same way that I'm speaking and articulating this message to you, that may be a gift for me. Not everyone can stand in front of a camera for 20, 30, 40 minutes and project a message. That may not be for you, but you might be the one who can be behind the scenes. You might be the one who can write. You might be the one who has the strategy to put videos out. You might be the one who can write books and educational material that people can read and digest very easily and understand because of how well you translate messages. Whatever it is that your gift is, do not let it become something that clashes or gets you down because someone else has a gift that you might not have. That's not what this is about. It's not about competition. It's not about trying to be in spaces that other people are in. What it is about finding what your power is, finding out what it is that you are good at. And that's how you find your lane. Your lane is your lane. No one else can come in your lane and be a better person in your lane. And once you understand that, then you won't be so worried about what everyone else is doing. You won't be so worried about how someone else is becoming successful, how someone else is reaching out to the world with their gifts and their talents. They're only doing what they're supposed to do. And you should be happy for them, because at least they have taken all these steps that I'm talking about, right? They understood that now was their time. They were willing to activate on their purpose. They were willing to take action, be obsessed about what it is that they're supposed to do. They were determined about their desire. So now they're in their zone. In the same way that they're in their zone, you can be in your zone. No one is stopping you from getting to where you want to be. The signs and synchronicities, I know they're coming to you. And if they're not, they will after this message. After this message, these signs will start coming to you, because the fear and the things that are restricting you, the things that are stopping you from getting to where you want to be, you have to overcome that mountain. You have to slay that dragon. You got to take Goliath out of the picture, right? So now that you're in your lane, you can operate in your purpose. This is what the whole goal was from the beginning. Now you can operate in your purpose. What it is that you're supposed to be doing, now you are completely fixated on what it is you're supposed to be doing. You're working on strategies. You're working on how you can make it better. You're working on all of the things to highlight your strengths so that you can be inside of not only the energy, but inside of this purpose all to itself. And when you're inside of this purpose all to itself, now you are finding the ways to connect. You are finding the ways to expound on what it is that you're already doing, what it is that you're already good at. I'm telling you, this is such a good feeling. I get even excited just talking about it. I know you can all see me. I'm getting all worked up, because I understand how important it is for everyone to get to this level. Living a purposeless life, living a life of mundanity, that's why we're falling into so many problems in society. These societal problems have a lot to do with us not understanding where it is we're supposed to be in our lives. And no one is teaching us this. No one is showing us how to get to these levels. No one is showing us how to get to these points. But I'm here. I'm here doing my mission. I'm here doing my calling. And I want you all to take note and understand how important this is. It may sound like a lot, but I'm telling you, once you really understand it, once you just get inside of this energy and inside of this realm and you start resonating with this energy, I'm telling you, it's not as complex as it sounds, and it's not as difficult as it's made out to be. Let's finish this up. The last thing that is going to happen now that you've taken action, right? And you've entered into your zone. Now you have to determine who you are, right? We talked about you needing to know who you are, right? Understand your value. Now you're going to determine who you are. And the way that you're going to determine who you are is you're going to now find that out through this process, right? The process is going to show you who you are. I did a podcast session where we talked about copper, bronze, and gold. And what this is talking about is how through life will show you who you are. Are you copper? Are you bronze? Are you gold? If you would like to hear that session, just, leave a message and I will make sure I get this important message to you. But the whole point is that when you are going through adversity, when you are going through challenges, that's when you find out who you are. And so once you're able to find out who you are, you operate in that. You now know, you've gained so much information, valuable information. Now you can easily operate within this realm. So, I ask you, are you copper, bronze, or gold? And now that you know who you are, it's time to teach people how to treat you. People will try to make you out what they want you to be. But no. We're not doing that. We're going to now teach them how to treat us, because you're moving in a whole different way now, right? You found your own lane. You got determination. You're moving with all of this purpose, zeal, and you have this new understanding, this passion for what it is you want to do. People will try to knock you off of that. People will not subscribe to that. They will say, listen, I don't think this is what you should be doing. It's not about what you think. You have your own thing going on, your own lane that you should be in, your own lane that you should be finding. And now I need to teach you how to treat me, because I know who I am. I understand my value. And this is how you determine who you are. And now you've become the new you. The new you has this new value system. The new you has this new, you have morality, principles that you abide by, because you know who you are. People cannot just come to you with anything anymore. They cannot talk to you about anything anymore. They have to come to you correctly. They have to come to you now with things that will either build upon what it is that you're doing, provide correct feedback, give you, some data that you need, or they just simply need to get out the way. And we can be cool from a distance. We can love from a distance. But I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I know what it is that I'm bringing to the table. I understand my value. And I'm telling you, once you make these connections, once you build upon this framework that I'm talking about, you will easily be able to go at anything that you're supposed to be doing. You'll be able to go at it alone. You'll be able to understand that you don't need no one. You don't need a spouse. You don't need a child. You don't need a job. You don't need a supervisor. You don't need any of these things that everyone's telling you that you need to get where you need to go. The only thing you need right now is you need to understand what your purpose is. And once you understand that, and the processes that I just laid out, and you follow these strategies, you'll understand how the energy inside of you is what propels you. You'll understand that the connection, right, and the cohesiveness that you have with that purpose that has already been determined for you. Then once you have that cohesion going on, it's your energy inside of you that you're able to build on. And that building will get you to any of the places that you want to be in your life. No door will be closed upon you. So you have to go at it alone. You have to be brave enough and have the understanding enough to say, this is the way that I need to be going in my life. Don't allow any other distractions or anything prevent you from getting to exactly where it is that you want to be in your life. I really hope that this message is what you needed right now in your life to get you to exactly where you need to be. Again, my name is Bilal Alaji, and I'm here as your mentor and your coach to help you to get through and navigate all of these challenges in your life. If you need someone to work with, someone to help you to go through these different modules of understanding and training, I am here for you. As I always say in all of my sessions, if the reality you see is not what you desire it to be, then simply proclaim, this ain't my life. Talk to you on the next one. Take care.